evening. Good to have you with us in this edition of the Urban Debate. We begin with the topic that's been a biggest talking point since yesterday. Since this answer was given by the central government in the parliament, it has triggered a big row. The answer about how many deaths did India see due to lack of oxygen, due to oxygen shortage. Oxygen shortage, the biggest part and the most horrifying part, the unforgettable part about the second wave in India has come back as a debating point. And what is really heartbreaking is the way governments are dealing with this now. Governments are getting embroiled in technicalities, in wordplay, in bureaucracy and bureaucratic terms. The way a lot of sarkari things are perceived to function, that is exactly what they are now doing to this extremely important conversation. Governments, not just the center, but even the states, are now denying to us what was apparent to the whole world. They're trying to deny the truth that you know and I know because we saw it unfold. Because we saw how each one of us struggled to get oxygen for our loved ones. Because we saw how hospitals came out and spoke about shortage. Because we saw families break down after hearing that their loved one is no more because overnight there was no oxygen in that hospital. But governments now want to play technicalities. Governments now want to throw bureaucratic jargon at us. Instead of finding out exactly how much was the system broken, exactly how many lives did we lose because of this one problem. So much of grandstanding took place, viewers. So much of grandstanding took place after the second wave. Promises made about how we're going to address the oxygen shortage, how every state, every district is going to have an oxygen manufacturing plant, how we're going to streamline the supply of oxygen and drugs, build more ventilator beds, build more hospitals with ICUs, how we're going to build special centers for pediatric facilities to ensure that if children become more vulnerable tomorrow, we are ready. But one thing that proves that these are all just tall statements is that we don't even want to find out how many died because of oxygen shortage, oxygen supply mismanagement, or sheer negligence at hospitals where they couldn't even get their supply going, where they didn't know how to change supply without interrupting it. I mean, there is no debate that we lost lives because of this. What is appalling is the way it's been treated by the political class of our country. In case you've missed it, this is how it began. The question that was put to the center was how many patients died on roads and in hospitals due to oxygen shortage. The answer was health is a state subject. State and union territories report cases and deaths to the center. We simply collect the data from them and give it to everybody. Guidelines for reporting of deaths has been issued and no deaths due to lack of oxygen specifically have been reported by states or union territories. Now, on one hand, it's easy to say that obviously the government is not saying that nobody died because of oxygen shortage, just that the states haven't told them about it. But did anybody at the center or in these states try to find out? What is more appalling is that while the opposition parties are attacking the center, the states themselves don't have this data to give us today. I'll give you two examples. Two states where incidents did take place. Tamil Nadu, where the then newly sworn in Chief Minister, Stalin, wrote to Prime Minister Modi in the month of May, claiming that 13 people have died due to oxygen shortage. Please tell us what is the plan and about oxygen supply. Don't take away all the supply from Tamil Nadu to give it to the other states. Today, the Health Secretary says no deaths due to shortage of oxygen. Karnataka, the High Court stepped in. The High Court appointed panel was asked to look into what happened in our hospital where allegedly multiple deaths took place because of lack of oxygen. That panel, it was reported later on, did say that 36 people died because at that point there was no oxygen supply. Today the Karnataka government is turning around and saying no. And they're giving us various kinds of twisted sentences which make no sense. Delhi, one of the places where multiple instances happened of people dying because hospitals ran out of oxygen. Today says that the Lieutenant Governor didn't allow them to do an audit. Where are we going with this? If we cannot even acknowledge the basics, how will we plan for the future? If we refuse to learn the lessons from the second wave, how will we prepare for the third wave? I say good evening to the panelists who are joining me on this conversation right now. Charu Pragya of the BJP, Dr. Ajay Kumar of the Congress Party, Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party, Mahesh Bigala of the TRS, and Saravanan of the DMK joining me this evening. Let me actually start off with Dr. Ajay Kumar. Dr. Ajay Kumar, none of the states today have information to give us about how many died in their state due to lack of oxygen. Then why is it that your party is so quick to jump and blame it on the center? It is the states who are supposed to give this information to the center to begin with.
Tanvi, the first issue is, look, there is no debate on, at least in the public domain, there's innumerable occasions where people have died. Some states are claiming, not claiming. What I know of and what I've read is that the way the data is collected, I don't think that what the center is asking from the states, and I need to be corrected, Charuji might know this better than me, but if you're not collecting, if you're not asking for the death audit reports, if you're not, and the states need to do it. I mean, irrespective of whether the center asks you or not to do it, the states needs to do it. But the important part is the center is least interested neither in collecting. So the states need to do it. There's no debate on that. So you can't walk away from it. But the government of India has got 2 or 3 major insensitive issues. The first insensitive issue is not requesting for, because it's the central government or the union government or central government, and it is driving this whole nationwide vaccination and COVID response to. So they should have asked for a death audit across. You would have seen that today's Maharashtra death rates have gone up. The death rates should have gone up to 4,000 not because many people have died today, but because the data has been reconciled. That the Maharashtra and all states needs to do it. First of all, to get their death in place, and secondly, to get a death audit done to find out the reasons, actual reasons why people have died. So there's no debate on that at all. And I think we must demand it, whether it's BJP or Congress or whether it's any other opposition state. But the important part is that the same center which says directions on it, they have never even requested the states at all on a death audit. So here is. It's a very bad, it's a perfect storm of one of the worst governance models by the Modi ji-led government, not setting the guidelines, because different states will continue to interpret it differently. So the government of India needs to say, listen, you need to set up a death audit. This is how the constitution of the death audit committees, and we need to go across all the hospitals and all public and private hospitals, and this needs to be established and report needs to be submitted. Now that's not happening. So we are based on newspaper reports, which truly happened. So I would categorically definitely say that all of us, irrespective of whichever political spectrum we come from, different states have had different issues and all. And I definitely believe it's not only shameful, it's wrong. But the government of India, apart from snooping on all of us, continues to also make sure that they don't care about people who died. They've given a statement in Supreme Court that they have no policy as yet to compensate the people who have died. And this is continuation, the extension of this. So I would request on this panel, and I hope Charuji and everybody else is, why doesn't the government of India set the guidelines?
Kumar, by that logic, neither do most of the states care. Dr. Ajay Kumar, by that logic, neither do most of the states care, because most of them have not attempted to do an audit about oxygen-related deaths in their states either. Some, in fact, who had admitted it earlier, have gone back on it today.
No, and I'm totally look. I'm not going to defend the indefensible. First question. We need to do a debt audit. There's no debate on that. There's no debate on that. And whether the BJP's clothes are dirtier than mine is not the issue at all. I think we're discussing it. The fact is Tanviji, is that the guidelines. It would have been ideal for the government of India to set the guidelines of the debt audit and get the reports. If you're asking for the report, you might as well set the audit guidelines also. If you're replying on behalf of the states and then saying, by the way, states have not given me the data, then why have a central government? My question is, so states are not covered themselves in glory, no debate on that. And we need to set up, all states need to do it, whether it's Congress, BJP, other opposition, Shiv Sena, TMC, everybody else, DMK, everybody else, all of us need to have debt committees. But the guidelines of the debt committees need to be set up. And none of us have covered ourselves in glory. I mean, it's a fact of life.
Okay, let me then take it across to Charu Pragya. Charu, would you agree that that response is shameful? Nothing nothing more than a technical bureaucratic reply that seeks to escape and deny the reality.
Tanvi, first of all, I want to remind everyone that what was said on the floor of the House in Parliament was completely non-partisan. No states were being singled out, whether they are run by BJP or by any of the opposition parties. But that being said, I want to just remind all our viewers what was said in High Court. In High Court, on the 4th of May, it was claimed that the deaths that happened in Jaipur Golden Hospital happened because of comorbidities, not lack of oxygen. Why was a statement like that made? After that, Delhi government went into that entire process of setting up a panel which is going to look after the oxygen management in the state. And what happened with that panel? The panel did not meet for more than once. It met once in 1 month. After that, it was scrapped because all the findings that that panel was putting out were frankly wrapped, I should say that. Then secondly, the way Delhi government has handled this entire crisis, from asking for 4 times the amount of oxygen required to changing the oxygen requirement every single day, has been criminal, if I can say that. There was hoarding of oxygen. So all the deaths that happened, and we were smack in the center of that crisis. And that crisis is not something that should be politicized in this country. It cannot be, not especially if you're living in one of the metro cities which was hit terribly. But after that crisis is over, today we are looking back and we are looking at people who want to politicize it today. You are talking about the oxygen crisis in a way as if, it's such a trivial thing. The fact is the states are supposed to send data to the central government. The central government then collates that data. So why is it that Delhi government is saying something at the High Court and now it turns around and it just plays, if I can use the word, football? People here are suffering. The citizens have suffered. So many precious lives have been lost, and the central government has done its utmost best to look after its citizens. So when the oxygen requirement and wants went up from 900 metric tons to 9,000...
I am a little confused. Sorry, I'm a little confused, and we've actually spent quite a bit of time on this, Charu, through the day.
Can I come in,
just ask you this question. You say the states have not sent the data. Yeah, just 1 minute, Reena. You say the states have not sent the data to the center. Under what category definition are the states supposed to send this data? ICMR guidelines talk about cause of death, in which you would simply say the cause is COVID. Is there a specific description, category for oxygen shortage related deaths which says that this patient gasped to death, which is there in these guidelines?
Tanvi, I want to point out one more thing which before I answer this exact question. The situation, at least in the bigger cities, was such that in hospitals, our staff was overworked. So whether it is healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, everybody was overworked. There were a lot of deaths that happened at homes also, because, there was a time when there were not enough beds. There were deaths that happened in ambulances also. And in hospitals, while people were waiting to get admission, maybe mishaps happened. So looking back at that point of time, whose responsibility is it to collate this information in the correct manner, list the correct cause of death, and send it to the central government? The central government is responsible for sending oxygen, yes, but the management of this oxygen has to happen at the level of the states. And I'm saying this in a very, very generic manner, Tanvi, and I'm going to keep repeating this. What was said by the union government in parliament is non-partisan. Wherever mishaps have happened, mismanagement has happened, these governments have to take onus, they have to take responsibilities, because they understand that these lives were precious lives. I don't think we'll ever get over the trauma that the second wave of COVID has caused all of us.
Okay. Charu has raised the example of Jaipur Golden Hospital in Delhi, where 20 critically ill patients died overnight. The hospital had claimed, at that time report said, in the Delhi High Court, that these people died because they did not have oxygen supply. The hospital management said our liquid medical oxygen was over by 10 p.m. and then we switched over to oxygen cylinders attached to the main gas pipeline. There was a drop in pressure and the patients could not survive. But, Reena Gupta, as Charu is mentioning, there was a Delhi government panel that submitted in the court before the Delhi High Court on May 3rd, saying that the deaths were not due to lack of medical oxygen, but due to pre-existing conditions. So then, who is denying the reality here?
Tanvi, it is very clear today that this government, the central government led by Bharatiya Janata Party, is the most insensitive, shameless government, which is just giving out white lies in the parliament. You know, Tanvi seems to be obsessed with, Charu seems to be obsessed with Delhi. Delhi is a small state. There are at least 18 states where BJP or BJP-led coalition has the state governments. You can say that the opposition states did not give you the data. What happened to the states where it is your government? There were deaths in Goa, there were deaths in Karnataka, there were deaths in UP, there were deaths in Haryana because of lack of oxygen. Why could you not get data from those states? Point number one. Point number two, as far as Delhi is concerned, Tanvi, we wanted to set up a committee which will go into the details of each of these deaths, like the Jaipur Golden Hospital death and the Batra Hospital death. But the LG, which is under the central government, he refused to sanction this committee. This committee was also supposed to give compensation to the people who have died because of COVID. Why did the central government not allow this committee to be formed? Because the whole oxygen management was fully under the central government, and their mismanagement would have become clear to the whole country how oxygen was mismanaged in the whole country. And they did not want this truth to come out. And because of that, they did not allow the Delhi government to actually get into the depth of this issue of oxygen. So, you know, it is very easy for you to come on TV and say and talk only about Delhi. Why are you not talking about the 18 states where it is your government? What happened in those 8 states? There were deaths in all of those states. Goa, Chamarajnagar, you know, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, all of those states had death because of lack of oxygen. And for a government to now say that there was no death in the country because of lack of oxygen, did you try to set up a committee? Just do a simple Google search on Delhi Oxygen Audit Committee and you will know that the LG did not even allow for that committee to function. Why? Because it would have become very clear that the central government mismanaged.
Okay, so I'll get Charu to respond to that, but please clarify on this. Did the Delhi government tell the High Court on May 3rd that those patients, 21 patients who died in the Jaipur Golden Hospital on April 23rd, 24th intervening night, did not die because of lack of medical oxygen, but in fact due to pre-existing conditions?
Tanvi, if you look at the second part of that affidavit, that says very clearly, these are our preliminary findings.
Okay.
Because at that point, the way the deaths were reporting, as Mr. Ajoy also pointed out, there is no place in that ICMR form where you can actually say that the death happened because of lack of oxygen. So at that point, the hospitals were not reporting the deaths because of lack of oxygen. Hence, we said in the same affidavit that we want to set up a committee which will look into each of these deaths and ascertain the cause of death. Now the LG did not allow us. Tanvi, I want to say this on your channel with a lot of responsibility that Delhi government does not behave like an ostrich like the central government. We want to learn from what all went wrong in the second wave so that in case there is a third wave, we are better prepared. But if you're not ready to acknowledge what all
you
went
made the
wrong,
point.
how would
But
you
at the end of the day, I think you also know it, and I also know it, that response, prelim inquiry based response, was as sarkari as this response by the central government to say states have not told us about any oxygen related deaths. It is simply that right now, states don't have that information. By now, all states should have managed to. I'm going to go across to some more political representatives, but very quickly, Charu Pragya, to you, your response to what AAP has raised.
Tanvi, just last 10
So,
seconds, just
first
one
of all,
more point.
Tanvi, I began my arguments by saying that the government has been non-partisan, and it would do well for Reena to remember that. And I also want to tell Reena that I'm almost feeling sorry for her state of not knowing what has been transpiring in this very committee that she keeps talking about, because it is this committee, the panel members of this committee, that said on record that these 21 people died because of comorbidities. So, Reena, maybe you should go back and read the submissions of this so-called committee, which was pulled off because it forgot to meet. It did not meet. That's why. And the oxygen audit has proved your lies to the world. So when you start your debates by just pointing fingers, it doesn't do well, because you're dishonoring every single death that happened in this city. That being said, please go back and read what you said to the High Court. Please go back and read what this committee said to your government in writing. Then you will know the truth. They claimed that there were no deaths because of lack of oxygen. And management of oxygen is your responsibility. It is the responsibility of the central government to give you that oxygen. But if you mismanage it, please take onus. Please apologize.
But the Lieutenant Governor denied the permission for an audit report,
What
Charu.
about the 18 states? What about the 18 states where BJP is ruling?
Yeah, so what do you think? That you're going to right a wrong by just citing another state? Is that what you're trying to do, Reena?
No. Why don't you leave obsession with Delhi? You are in the union government. You are responsible for the whole country. What is
Okay. Point made from both sides. Let me just say, none of the states today have information on how many people died in their state due to lack of oxygen. The states have not bothered to find out. The center has not bothered to find out. 3 months after the peak of oxygen crisis took place in our country. 3 months after that. Delhi is one big instance because there were multiple instances where deaths were reported allegedly due to oxygen shortage. 12 lives lost in Delhi's Butler Hospital. 25 patients in Delhi's Jaipur Golden Hospital. In Gangaram Hospital, 25 people died as the oxygen supply dipped. But that's not all. Let me take it across to our other panelists. And Saravanan, to you, because I'm extremely confused. Did people in your state die due to... Arina, I'll come back to you. Let me just bring in our other panelists. Did people in your state, Mr. Saravanan, die due to lack of oxygen or not? The Chief Minister wrote to the Prime Minister saying so, but the Health Secretary today is denying it.
No. See, it seems like there is a difference of what you're trying to say and what the actual situation is. That is one thing. The first thing is the BJP government here is trying to conjure upon alternative facts, which has no relevance or which has no basis at all. It is entirely due to the mismanagement of the union government that there was shortage of oxygen at all levels across the country. And let us not forget the fact that this is the union government, this is the Prime Minister who celebrated in January 27th that India has won Corona, India has won over COVID. Then how will anybody take precautions or build infrastructure for that devastating second wave? So who has to take responsibility? And everybody knew that the High Court, the Delhi High Court, was having minute by minute accounts of how the oxygens were running short of the oxygen. The Supreme Court intervened. Everybody intervened. It was a classic case of colossal mismanagement of the union government. They cannot come now and say, play semantics and say, no, we have not done anything because the state governments have not given enough numbers to us. That is a different issue. But the onus entirely lies on the union government. Now coming to the state of Tamil Nadu, what is stated by on 5th, that is, we took charge. On May 2nd, the election results were declared, and we took oath on May 7th. This happened, this unfortunate incident in Chengalpattu where 13 people died, happened on the 5th of May. So immediately an inquiry was ordered. It was found that there was enough oxygen. The collector gave a report that the deaths were due to comorbidities and other things. Immediately an inquiry was also ordered. See, why this assumes significance is Tamil Nadu, when we took over, the DMK took over the state of Tamil Nadu, it was the peak of COVID situation, and our government, we are proud to say that our government handled it in a very, very efficient way, in a wonderful way. There is not even a single death that can be attributed to lack of oxygen in the state of Tamil Nadu. Everybody know it is well chronicled how the efforts.
So if every state, Saravanan, is going to deny that not even a single death took place in their state because of lack of oxygen, then how are we going to come to the truth? Even if I take that at face value on what you're claiming, that this did not happen, are you telling me that Chief Minister Stalin wrote a letter on the 7th of May to the Prime Minister of the country where he said the availability of oxygen in Tamil Nadu is very, very critical? There was an unfortunate incident of 13 deaths in Chengalpattu 2 days ago. We request your kind intervention to get revised orders issued and full support to Tamil Nadu in this hour of crisis. Are you telling me that the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, on the basis of false information, requested the Prime Minister of this country to change the oxygen supply policy?
No, no, Tanvi, I think you are getting skewed here. There was a critical demand for oxygen in the state of Tamil Nadu. What happened was, what the BJP did was, the oxygen, we have an oxygen plant near Chennai, on the outskirts of Chennai. The oxygen from that plant, which was supposed to be sent to Tamil Nadu, was diverted to Andhra Pradesh. There was an extremely alarming situation. 13 deaths were there. Initially, everybody reported that the deaths were due to lack of oxygen. But subsequently, the dean of the hospital, the collector who conducted an inquiry, clarified what was the reason for those deaths. The chief minister has wrote at the time, he has not even assumed charge. He said there was an unfortunate incident of 13 deaths at that time. The oxygen situation is very, very critical because everybody, we are seeing what is happening in New Delhi, we are seeing what is happening in Bombay and other places. We did not want that to happen. Ours was a proactive chief minister, and he wrote a letter. He wrote a letter, please give us oxygen. We took oxygen. There was a special task force allocated. We took oxygen from West Bengal, from Odisha, from everywhere. We ensured that we set up a war room immediately. The first thing our chief minister did was to set up a war room and ensure that there is no deficit of oxygen in the state of Tamil Nadu. I am proud to say that there was no death. There was no dearth of oxygen in the state of Tamil Nadu during the second wave. But that cannot be the situation. That is not what has happened in the rest of India. The BJP now saying we have never done partisan. BJP is synonymous with partisan politics. They only favor the BJP ruled states. They don't bother about the states which are ruled by the other parties, other regional parties. For example, the vaccination. Gujarat is still getting the highest number of vaccine doses. Our chief minister has repeatedly wrote to the central government, please give us enough vaccine doses proportionate to our policy. They wax eloquence that we are doing everything according to the population, according to this metric, that metric. But Gujarat stops all those metrics. So let the BJP does not say that they don't.
Vaccine conversation we'll have another day. Let's stick to this part because I am extremely distressed today to find out and to hear from state after state, from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, that there were no deaths due to lack of oxygen in their states. Mr. Mahesh Bigala, were there any deaths due to lack of oxygen in your state? I think I pretty much know the answer, Mr. Bigala, because even when those deaths were taking place, your state was saying that upon investigation, we found there was no shortage, but people were just dying.
Tanvi, it's very to really talk about the facts today. Like, nationally, in front of the parliament, the government of union government saying there are no deaths due to the oxygen shortage. And the same thing, what they said is in January, we won the victory over the COVID. So it's as simple as that, win the victory. So the way they're claiming today that, there are no deaths in the country, which is absolutely lie. So where, in which state, forget about whether it happened in Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Delhi, or in Telangana, or whichever the state it is. But it is the true fact that, there are definitely several deaths happened across the nation due to the shortage of oxygen. And it's not only just the state government and the central governments pushing on each other that, the state has not reported properly. So that's how we are reporting. But it is a central government's responsibility how you want the reporting system to be. So even if somebody has the COVID, and after that, if they died because of the cardiac arrest or some other lung problem or something else. So how you want the state to be reported? It is just this central government cannot just wash away saying that, state have not reported and we are reporting the same into the parliament. You are talking about all this COVID issue in front of the parliament and you're addressing to the entire nation. It's a government responsibility. We all know in black and white, we have the live media channels, we have the newspapers, articles, everything what is happening across the entire India. It's as simple as everybody's talking about there is an oxygen shortage, the oxygen capacities needs to be increased, and the central government warning the state government at a later stage, and every state wanted to increase the oxygen. Why it's happening, that's we need to address in the comprehensive issue than politicizing the issue that, state's government has not reported and we are not reporting. That's not the government how it should function because we are in a federal
No, this is not
system,
politicizing the issue. Mr. Bidara, let me make this very clear. I mean, politicians may want to politicize the issue. I really don't care about politics. I am simply saying that as a citizen, as a journalist, if I go to state after state after state, including the state of Telangana, and I ask you how many people died in your state due to lack of oxygen, do you have a number to give me? Would you admit that those deaths in your state? Give me those numbers. There was a report that about 7 deaths at the Hyderabad Civil COVID Hospital due to suspected oxygen shortage. What happened to that investigation? What did you find out? There was another report that came out again of shortage at the Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences in Gachibowli. What happened to those people who died there? 8 patients. Do we know whether it was oxygen shortage or not?
Tanvi, it's as I said, clear categorically, with the ICMR guidelines, how the reporting system is that's where it's becoming the difference, while reporting. When the central government said that, there are no deaths across the nation, which means there is no death even in Hyderabad or anywhere else. See, as I said, I'm not politicizing or diverting the issue towards what happened in Hyderabad or one state or other states. I'm talking about the entire country when they said there are no deaths due to the oxygen shortage, which means already we are saying that there are no deaths even in Telangana. That's not the fact I'm talking about. It should be the guidelines, how you report whether you report this happened due to the COVID or due to the secondary infection or due to the oxygen failure. The real cause, if there is in the guidelines, that's where we will come to know the reality. But just if you simply say that, whether it's happened just because of the oxygen, you will never be able to know the answer because, as I said, the COVID later, so post-COVID impacts, there are several post-COVID impacts. As of now, most of those deaths are still reported as a non-COVID deaths. If you look at all the cases across the globe, the way even the WHO guidelines are, even in the United States of America, when they report over 600, 700,000 cases or deaths, those are all the real numbers. I know it's unfortunate, but the way our guidelines, they don't mandate that, how you report even the post-COVID, secondary deaths, what happened in the COVID. So that's where we need to come up with this strategically. The central government has to, because they're taking not only the rights, they have the responsibility, how the states are reporting, and they should make it clear and transparent to the public.
Let me bring in then Charu Pragya, because now we've heard from the DMK and TRS as well, Charu Pragya. Please. And the picture seems to be 10 seconds to Reena Gupta, and then Charu can respond to everyone. Yeah.
Tanvi, we have to remember that the whole country is under the Disaster Management Act, which means that the central government takes most of the decisions. So, when they want credit, then they want to put the Prime Minister's photograph on the vaccination certificate. They should also be ready to put the Prime Minister's photograph on the death certificate. If you're ready to take credit, then please be also ready to take the blame. As soon as there is something to do with the blame, it's always passed on to the states. And when the credit needs to be taken, it's always the central government. As far as the oxygen was concerned, oxygen management was taken over by the central government on 13th of April. So the reason they don't want this data to come out is because it will become very clear that the central government mismanaged oxygen in the whole country, and as a result of that, there were deaths in all the states, not just in Delhi. There were deaths in Goa, there were deaths in Karnataka, there were deaths in UP and in Haryana. So through your channel, I actually want to request the central government, constitute a central committee, send your committee to Delhi, send them to every state, and we'll be more than happy to cooperate with your committee because we want to get to the depth of all these deaths.
Okay, Charu Pragya, yes, respond to everybody, please. I'm not too sure if Charu's feed is still through. We seem to have lost that feed with Charu Pragya. Needed her to respond to what DMK, TRS and the Aam Aadmi Party is saying. Essentially, viewers, this is what it is boiling down to. Apart from the Delhi government, which of course cannot deny these deaths that took place due to oxygen shortage, every other state that we've spoken to says in their state there was no problem. But every other state's political party does want to blame the center, say how can you deny that there were no deaths because of oxygen shortage? This is the unfortunate reality of our country. It's a mockery, it's a joke of what went on in the month of April and May in our country. Let me give you another example as I also bring in Samir Kagalkar of Karnataka BJP. And Dr. Kagalkar, we wanted you on this conversation specifically to talk about Karnataka, where Chamarajanagar instance became such a big story that the court had to come in. The High Court itself took interest in what happened, and a panel that was appointed by the Karnataka High Court concluded that 36 patients, not 24, had died due to lack of oxygen in Chamarajanagar. So now please tell me, why is it that right now the Karnataka government is saying, no, we are still trying to find out what happened there?
Tanvi, thanks for having me on the show. The matter as tragic and sad as it is, one needs to really understand that this is not a situation that probably the country gets to face on a everyday kind of a basis. I repeated this some time ago. Let me repeat this. It's a absolute VUCA situation, completely volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, right? That said, there are two things that all of us, when I say all of us, the entire country, the state government, the central governments need to really look into it and try to sort of build up on the lessons learned. Point number one, I'll just take 1 minute in terms of what happened in Karnataka and then probably move to the bigger aspect that we all should put our focus on. The issue was primarily the mismanagement or the lack of coordination between two districts wherein the supply of oxygen was supposed to have come, right? So on the one hand, one district says that we had sent it off, but it was not yet received by the other district, before which there seems to be this unfortunate tragic incident. Having that said, the primary issue that's being raised today in the parliament and beyond is what is the kind of a data that we have at this point. A real-time data that is far more true, that's far more, you have an integrity in the data. When you talk of integrity of the data, it speaks of the process in which the data is collected, analyzed, and therefore used to come out with your policy decisions. If you look at excess data, forget the oxygen part of it, I'll come to the oxygen part of it again. Even when you talk of as basic as an excess data, the most so-called successful model in Kerala underreported 6,000 cases out of a total 19,000 cases.
No, Dr. Kagalkar, I don't want to get into a theoretical conversation about data and policies right now, Dr. Kagalkar. I think we are far, far away from having that academic conversation anymore. I am simply asking you this. Were there any deaths in Karnataka due to lack of oxygen during the peak of second wave?
No, it's not just as simple as saying a 0 or 1 or a black or a white, Tanvi. The point is,
why is it not as simple as that?
Let me answer that. Was there an unavailability of oxygen? Was there a communication gap wherein the arrival of the oxygen took time? We are not aware. I have no information on that as to what the government is giving to the High Court.
Why? How does it matter? People died because when they needed oxygen to breathe and stay alive, you could not give them oxygen. It doesn't matter who you want to blame. Whether you want to blame the doctor on the floor, whether you want to blame the hospital management, whether you want to blame the local district authorities, the state government, the central government, you want to blame the United Nations. I don't care. I am simply asking you, did people die in your state because of oxygen shortage or not?
Listen, Tanvi, give me 30 seconds. The point is not about blaming the United Nations here. The point is not about palming of the blame to someone else as such. The whole idea is, this is a situation where there was a complete scarcity, right? It was not that you are sitting on a surplus of oxygen and therefore you did not give it to someone else. I mean, try to understand that situation. Last time I made a specific instance. Let me bring the same framework. It is the sharing of the pain and the loss. How is it that we are able to share? There is a shortage situation. No one said that it's an abundance situation, right? You'll be absolutely right if you make this point that there was abundance of oxygen and the government, either the state or the center, did not give it to the districts. That was not the case. Huge amount of spike in demand, and the supply was way below the even the normal.
Can I come in quick 10 seconds?
So that being the case, allow me in a minute. So that being the case, the very framework that you need to be looking at is not that you are sitting on a pile of oxygen but you did not give, but to what extent you were able to operationalize it highly effectively, efficiently, without wasting a minute, without wasting a bit of oxygen. That is the bigger point that one needs to be looking at more in terms of a lesson for the next pandemic, if it unfortunately
Okay. I think Charu Pragya is back with us. She wanted to make a point in response to what was said earlier. Go ahead, please.
Thanks, Tanvi. It was a very bad point to get disconnected because I was listening to what Reena was saying, and Reena wants to blame everything on Modi ji today. Well, are you going to blame Modi ji because you went back on your statement and you keep changing your statement? Is Tamil Nadu government going to blame Modi ji because first you complain of lack of oxygen and then you retract your statement and come up with some other reason again? So the fact of the matter is that state governments have to take equal onus and responsibility at a time like this, when we have to be prepared for the third wave. We cannot continue to point fingers. And Reena ji, maybe you should begin by ensuring Aam Aadmi Party people attend meetings which are called by PM Modi to ensure the third wave doesn't hit us as badly as the second one did. Why did your party skip that meeting? Maybe you should let everyone know on national television. That's all that I wanted to add, Tanvi. Thank you so much for taking me on and allowing me to make this last remark. Take care. Good night.
Okay. Dr. Ajay Kumar, I don't want to get this conversation stuck between just bickering between two sides. There is a larger conversation here that we are trying to have. Dr. Ajay Kumar, we've heard it from every single party, including yours, and the state governments, including the Congress-governed state governments like Chhattisgarh, who say there are no deaths due to oxygen shortage that ever took place in their state. Karnataka is saying this, Madhya Pradesh is saying it, Maharashtra is saying it, Tamil Nadu is saying it, Telangana is saying it. Then why are we all blaming the center for saying there are no deaths due to oxygen shortage?
No, so there are a couple of issues. I started saying that whether it's the center or the state, the greatest travesty is that none of the both, and includes the Congress states also. All of us need to set up a death audit committee. But the guidelines of the death audit committee has to be pan-India, has to be set up by the government of India. But since the government of India stopped thinking and decided that they will only politicize, because the ICMR sets the guidelines, and since the debate was getting quite intense, I will spend my time reading the ICMR guidelines, and the ICMR guideline has no place. It has got only medical reasons of death. It doesn't have any form, any scope to highlight mismanagement. Now, it just doesn't have any scope. I mean, the forms I've seen it's in the public domain. So that's one question. But the most important part is, if the center doesn't do a death audit for the mistakes it has made, and the state governments. And let me start with the center first. Couple of things. The audit also needs to look into whether the center has exported 700% of the oxygen, 90% went to Bangladesh, and that's why there was a shortage. Need to check that in a public domain. The second issue is that we had only 1,200 cryogenic tanks, and there was no other preparation made at all for additional cryogenic tankers for transportation. 1 year before the second wave came in, Now, that also has to be a part of the audit to see the failures. I'm saying the death due to oxygen shortage is absolutely spot on. The states need to be accountable. The center needs to set the guidelines. The center also needs to answer to this country that did we export, and that's why there was a shortage. We don't know. They claim because the data says they exported 700% and 90% went to Bangladesh. The cryogenic tankers were unavailable. That's the second part. The oxygen plants were never made. That was the third part. So states need to get the audit done. The center needs to set those guidelines. On Chhattisgarh, I can only make a comment, which I can't speak for Mr. T.S. Singh there, but I know that they were oxygen surplus. Now, if there were deaths because of mismanagement, they need to do an audit. So irrespective of whatever they claim, all of us, even DMK, my colleague from DMK is saying that they have done a great job. They may have done a great job. But the fact is that all of us as political people, when we keep talking and saying nothing happened, it's a shame. It's actually a shame. I mean, irrespective, I don't know whether Congress spokesperson or irrespective of whatever we say, at least we go back and say we will do an audit in all our states. And we need to do it. Forget BJP looking good or bad. At least in our own states, we owe it to the people to do an audit. And that's something which is a basic courtesy. We need to do it for all the people who have lost their lives. And it will prove that maybe we have done a fantastic job.
Who will do this then? Should there be a nationwide audit by the center? Should there be a state-specific audit led by the individual state governments, since health is a state subject? Reena, who should give us this information? How can we not know how many lives we lost due to oxygen shortage?
Tanvi, just two quick points, and then I'll come to your question. This central government, right from the beginning, has refused to acknowledge the oxygen problem, like Dr. Kumar was saying. If you remember, there was a parliamentary committee in November 2020 that said very clearly that there's going to be an oxygen shortage in the country. In April 2020, there was an empowered Group 6, which said there's going to be an oxygen shortage. But at that time, the central government did not wake up. And the reason they do not want to do an audit is because the audit, if it's an impartial audit, it will come out and say all of these things. That it was oxygen in India is a regulated commodity. The central government regulates the production and allocation of oxygen. So the audit will actually come out and say that the central government did not do a good job. And that is the reason why they're hiding behind this bureaucracy, where they're saying that the state did not provide us the data. The state did not provide us the data because you've not asked us for that data in a proper format. You ask us for that data. You ask us exactly, for oxygen shortage deaths, we will give you that data. I can vouch for Delhi as a state that we want to get into the depth of this, but because of the administrative problems in Delhi, we cannot do things without the LG approval. And that's the reason that our Delhi audit committee was cancelled by the LG. So I actually would want the central government to take leadership and tell us exactly all the states how this audit should be done. We'll be more than happy to do that audit. Get the ICMR involved.
Okay.
Ask the ICMR to do that audit.
Okay, Dr. Kalgalkar, do you think that will solve the problem, with the problem that you also seem to have of how it is important to find out why did they die? Was it because supply was low or supply was not there? And if the supply was not there, why was it not there?
Absolutely. The point is very clear, right? It is extremely, even a fool can be wise in hindsight, right? So goes the saying. It's very easy to sit in July 2021 and speak about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and how things were almost predicted to the T. That is definitely not the case. There is no question of you having a month by month, week by week, and day by day prediction up in front of you, and you not even putting your time and focus on that. That definitely is way far from the ground reality and the truth. The point that said is, if you take anecdotal existence, for example, there was one district collector in Maharashtra, forget if it's Aurangabad, somewhere in and around that. He was able to sort of pick up leadership, understand what could be the need, what could be the requirement, and build up the oxygen capability there. If one DM can do in one district, what stops the state government with all its mighty resources under its command do? Instead of just pointing a finger at Modi and saying, Modi ji, aap kyun nahi kar rahe ho? At the end of the day, state being health being a state subject, like it or not, it has to be implemented at the ground level. Yes, big support, big coordination is definitely the responsibility of the central government, which it has been doing. There could be lessons. The PM himself has made it abundantly clear, saying that post the second wave, there's a lot of lessons for each one of us, and we need to look into it. If it means understanding of how the deaths happen, what was the frequency with which happened, the intensity with which happened, these are all data points for us to understand where we as a country need to go in terms of a public health policy.
Yes. Okay.
Just-
Data points for you to understand where went wrong. It starts with first knowing how many died because of it. Then you get into the details of what went wrong. Then you begin to prepare yourself for when it happens again. Now, mind you, we are about a month away or less than that away from when experts are predicting third wave will hit us. We are also 3 months onwards from when the oxygen shortage crisis peaked. So 3 months since that, we are clueless about the entire situation. Absolutely clueless. And we are saying we are very nicely preparing at the state level, district level for the third wave. This is what is happening in our country. They are making a joke out of this. Our central and state governments, our political parties, the ruling and the opposition parties have reduced the deaths due to oxygen to a joke in our country. They all want to make these grandstanding statements. They all want to point fingers at each other. But when they ask them about what happened in your state, your city, your constituency, they have nothing to say. Then come the series of excuses. Prima facie, this is what was visible. Deeper investigation showed something else. We're still trying to find out what the reason was. No deaths happened in our state. We had oxygen throughout it. It was not really a problem. The format is problematic, so we don't know because the format that has been given by the center is problematic. Enough is enough. Stop giving us technical sarkari answers or resorting to wordplay. Let's get real, let's get serious. People have died in this country because of your lackadaisical approach towards it. Thank you for joining us.